Good day, I'm the Reverend Ronald Nathan, and I'm the minister of the Whole God AME Zion Church in Jackson, in the parish of St. Michael on the island of Barbados. Welcome to our meditation, a Psalm day. Today's psalm comes from Psalm 59, and I'm focusing on the subject, evil cannot hide. Evil cannot hide. Once again, we see David, a young man in a difficult situation. He's been thrown around, running from one place to the next, from one enemy to the next, from one danger to the next, from one betrayal to the next. And he says in this 59 verse and chapter, and the 9th and 10th verse, you are my strength. I watch for you. You, God, are my fortress, my God on whom I can rely. God will go before me. But I will sing of your strength. In the morning I will sing of your love, for you are my fortress, my refuge in times of trouble. You are my strength. I will sing praise to you. You, God, are my fortress, my God on whom I can rely. Those last two verses were the 16th and 17th verse. So towards the beginning of the Psalms and at the ending of the Psalms, David declares that God is his strength and his fortress. It is a fact of life that what we consume, we become. This is true of the food we eat, as well as the ideas we meditate on. If we feed on evil, we will bring forth evil. Just as good will seek opportunity, so will evil. There is much to be said for those who pursue and seek to do good. They tend to attract good. However, we sadly must confess that the same takes place when our focus is on evil. What David shares with us here is that evil cannot hide for long. Of course, the Bible tells us where sin abounds, grace doth more abound. But David was going through a traumatic period in his life. He was chosen by God, anointed by the man of God. He was destined to be king over God's people. Yet he finds himself on the run from his enemies. Evil comes in all sizes and diverse ways and under all types of disguises. But it manifests itself. For David, through the psalm, in verse 1, he sees evil as attackers. In verse 2, evildoers. In verse 3, those who lie in wait and are fierce men and conspirators. In verse 4, they are attackers of the innocent. In verse 5, they're wicked traitors. In verse 6, they are articulated voices with cutting and killing vocabulary. In verse 12, they are slanderers. In verse 13, they are cursers and liars. As a matter of fact, David concludes and mentions twice in the Psalms that they are like snarling dogs and prowling about the city. If you look at the historical background of this psalm, in 1 Psalm in chapter 24 and verse 13, you'll find David quoting an old saying, I guess an old cultural saying to Saul, who was out to kill him. And David says this, from evildoers come evil deeds, so my hand will not touch you. In other words, David is saying, I am not going to follow your example. David does not allow the evil that is around him to cloud his assessment of God or his relationship with God and how he relates to God's people. Herein is the challenge for us today. We may be surrounded by much evil, but we may have to have a right mental attitude towards God. In other words, we need to understand God in his entirety. This is what we call doctrine many times, and it is absolutely right that we ought to seek to have right doctrine. However, doctrine must lead us on to a right relationship with God. And that relationship requires that holiness be a part of our ammunition and our armor. Salvation comes when God's holiness is applied to our sinful lives, to cover that evil that we so easily do. But salvation has to then take us on to another level, to be in a right relationship with each other. If you wish, fellowship. So there is doctrine, right belief in God. There is holiness, which is a right relationship with God. And then it must lead on to fellowship, which is a right relationship with our neighbor, our family, our friends, those around us. Evil has to be repented of and covered by God's holiness. And God's holiness that demands that we confess, repent, and then be obedient to his word. Let us pray. God, we thank you that though there be evil all around us, the evil does not have to be in us. Oh God, through your provision of salvation through Jesus Christ, we can be saved from our sin, those evil acts that separate us from you and from each other. Forgive us of our sins. Cleanse us from our evil ways. Save us, we pray. We ask in your name. Amen. If this meditation has been a blessing to you, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Pass the information and links on to your family and friends, and give us a thumbs up so that we know that you are being blessed. Have a great day.